Okay, so today is a special one. We have Philip Hare, and he just received an offer letter yesterday or I think 2 days ago, for was it 115 or
Yeah, 115. Received the verbal yesterday. Got the official today.
okay, you got the official offer letter.
Yeah,
Congratulations, man. Is it an on-site, remote, hybrid? Talk to me.
fully remote.
Fully remote.
Yeah,
Okay, and so $115,000 remote, and this is your first six-figure offer letter, correct?
it's my first six-figure offer letter.
Okay, what were you making before?
80.
80K and then
Yeah.
115. And what do you feel like is going to be the biggest difference between your old job and this job?
Can you repeat that one more time about that?
What do you feel like is going to be the biggest difference between your old job and this job?
The mindset. The mindset that I could get another job and I'm gonna excel at my job.
So you
Yeah.
feel like if you lost this job for some reason, you have the skill set to actually get another one? Do you feel like you've gained that skill set in the program?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
And so talk to me, like what makes you feel like you can get another job? Why is that?
I follow the blueprint. A lot of people yell, or a lot of people who like are in the program yell, follow the blueprint. I follow the blueprint, and the blueprint works. It may not be easy. There's guidelines, but you got to put in the work. I put in the work. Now, it got me this offer. This wasn't on accident. It was whatever I put in, that was the output that I got, so I could do it all over again.
Okay. And based on the mindset and the skill set that you gained from this program, the mindset specifically, you know, do you actually think you can make $500,000 a year?
Oh, without a doubt.
Why
As
do
we
you think?
speak right now, I think I have like two other interviews lined up. My LinkedIn, pe three people reached out to me on LinkedIn. So
Wait, so
today
wait,
alone. So
wait, wait. So today alone, you got people reaching out to you, correct?
correct.
And you got two interviews lined up, correct?
Yes, I still have two interviews lined up
And
without
so,
even the people reaching out for me today.
wow, okay. And so
Yeah,
you're not trying to chase for a job. You're not applying to hundreds, thousands of jobs for some people. You have recruiters reaching out to you to set up for interviews, correct?
definitely.
And that's because you learned the skill set within the program
Yes.
because you put in the work.
Put in the work.
And so I'm asking all these questions because I say the same thing in almost every testimonial video. There is a skill set and mindset that's needed to learn the skill set of cloud engineering, like the actual technical tech stack and the projects, right? Terraform, Docker, Kubernetes. Do you feel like you've learned those skills, the tech stack that I'm talking about?
Without a doubt, I did. And I could say I know those with confidence.
Okay, and so there's three skills, right? There is the cloud engineering tech stack and projects.
Yeah,
There is the proprietary system on how to get recruiters to reach out to you, like how to brand yourself. It's something
correct.
that we teach here at the 1% University. And then the third thing is how do you communicate effectively that positions yourself as one of the top candidates on any job interview? Do you feel like you have gained those top three skills?
Yes, I do. I did. I do.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I'm confident.
And so with those three skill sets, are you sure like if you lost this job or any job, you can get recruiters to reach out to you and you can, be one of the top candidates on any job. It doesn't mean you're going to get the job, but it'll increase the probability of you getting a job because you understand the problem that they have, you understand what they're looking for, and you understand how to communicate the solution and show you as one of the, pretty much the expert of what they're looking for. Is that true?
Yeah, that's true. Like you said everything perfectly. It doesn't guarantee you the job, but are you going to be one of the top candidates? Most likely.
Hmm.
Now, if you're going against 100 of Tyos, all right, you may have an issue.
I
You
don't
may have
know.
an issue, but you know, nah, definitely like, yeah.
And when did you join the program?
Um, so fun fact, I already wanted to be a cloud engineer. I had a cloud administration internship a couple years ago, made
Okay.
the transition to system admin. But I knew from the jump, like I didn't want to be at this job that long, you know. So this year, I was like, you know what? It's time for me to lock in with the woo. I seen your video, and the thing that stood out to me was like, yeah, I made 500K as a cloud engineer. I'm like, yeah, that's cap. So, I said, yeah, that's cap. And then So I'm like, bro, let me go click on the video. Let me see what, let me hear him out though. Cause I'm finna fact check dude, bro.
Hmm.
So cool. He was like, yeah, I have 3 jobs. I job stack. I said, okay, green flag. And then he said, two, I do it legally and ethically. I said, oh, sign me up. I said, sign me up because it's easy to job stack, but legally and ethically, that's a whole different challenge. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? So I was like, let me hear him out. And the rest is history.
Okay, okay. I like to be transparent. I think in one of the YouTube videos I show like my actual like the money that hit my bank account, right? Because I was working 3 contracts and one of them I got paid once a month. The other one I got The other two I got paid twice a month, but you can
Mhm.
see the total amount after taxes was $25,000 a month. But and I was that was $489,000 a year. And so, th- even though it's crazy, right? $500,000 a year, even when I first made that goal, I didn't even believe in myself. My mentor was pushing me. But, after learning the mindset and skill set, $500,000 is like the baseline here at the 1% University. And there's people doing a lot more. I know somebody doing 1.1, $1.2 million, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like it's so with that mindset, like I always say this inside the program, $500,000 a year, it's not the goal, it's the baseline minimum, right? That's the standard. Do you feel like you have that mindset? Like you're making, you're about to start making $115,000 a year remote, right? You're not even at your baseline. That's not the goal. Do you feel like you've gained that perspective? Like, okay, that's like the starting point, $500,000 a year.
Yeah, without a doubt. Like I said earlier, it's about what you input, and then about your consistency, um, and just finishing what you starting.
Mm,
Um, and then confidence as well too. Like, a lot of people guess themselves because they're not confident in what they're doing. But if you do something for so many hours, you're going to eventually become good at it. You know what I'm
mm-hmm,
saying?
mm-hmm.
And so that's what it's all about. So it's just wash, rinse, repeat,
Yeah.
and I'll be right there at that baseline. So
Okay. And what do you feel like what do you feel like helped you the most? Actually, no, let's go back. When did you join the program? Like what month did you join?
I would say March. Let me get that exact date for you real quick.
Okay. And as you do that, let me actually I'll give you a second. It's no rush at all.
When was I think I DM'd. Yeah, I think you always DM a little first.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually let me see because I think
So I
you
would say March 15th-ish
yeah, March 15th, I was gonna say, because I sent you a message on so March 15th, and then when did you get the offer letter?
today.
So April, May, June. So 2 months, 2.5 months.
Yeah,
So it took you went from how much to how much in 2.5 months?
from 80 to 115.
$80,000 to 115. And in the next
Yes.
6 months, let's say 12 months, in the next 12 months, realistically, conservatively, based on what you know, how much money do you think you could be making in the next 12 months?
Conservatively, and I do want to give like an honest answer. It depends on like the structure of this job, if it allows you to like, even if I have time in the day to, do other jobs. In the next 12 months, definitely way over two.
Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, way over two, but I'm aiming for that five, but conservatively, definitely way over two.
And so, I kind of talked about $500,000 is like the baseline minimum. Have you seen people getting multiple offer letters within the community that's above $500,000 or
Oh yeah, yeah, without a doubt. Yeah,
okay. And
yeah,
does that kind of like help you, being in that environment, actually seeing somebody right next to you, the same blueprint, the same program, actually breaking past that $500,000 a year, does that kind of help you with your mindset and, and motivate you too as well?
yeah. It definitely does because at the end of the day, we're all in the same program. They're no different from me. We're all part of the 1% University. So, that means there's something that we all did to be part of this program. Like we took that initial step. So, it definitely helps me a lot. And for other people who may watch this, when you are looking at those, don't compare yourself, you know.
Yep.
That's gonna be you one day. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Hmm.
The moment you start comparing yourself, like, dang, why am I not at the mill? I don't even have a job yet. Man, snap out of it, use that same time, go back and lock in.
Hmm.
You'll get
Hmm.
there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, let's kind of go back a little bit. At your job before, what was stressful about it? Like, where did you feel stuck? Yeah, like where did you feel stuck?
I would say time, like having the time, so like having to go like saying it's hybrid, but I'm always in the office.
Hmm.
Then
And
just,
now it's remote.
now it's fully remote, you know. I would say being like actually challenged and using like my technical skill set.
Hmm.
Found a lot of the times that I wasn't using the skill set that I was hired for. Amongst other things, but those I would say those are the two main things.
And how long?
Challenge, huh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, challenge, growth, and my tech skills and time.
Okay. And how long have you been, stuck there? How long have you been feeling that way?
A year. So I got the job around April last year. So a year, it made it a year this April. So
Okay. And how did you first hear about the 1% University? Like what made you actually stop scrolling and pay attention?
when you said that you was making 500K
And
as
and
a
and,
as a
and
cloud
I
engineer.
I, I want to bring this up because like anybody like you don't when you first like saw my face and you heard me say 500K, you do not know me. I'm some random guy online saying $500,000 a year.
Yeah,
Anybody with a sane mind would say this guy is full of shit. Like
yeah,
how to make $500,000 a year? What are you talking about right now?
yeah.
But now at the end, right, you've gone through the program, you've gone through the system, mindset, skill set. You're
Yeah.
like, do you feel like, okay, $500,000 is like, how do you feel like your mindset is changed from like when you first saw that video to now and the belief system of $500,000 a year?
I would just say lack of information and resources. You
Wow.
know, when you don't know something, of course you're gonna doubt it. You know what I'm saying? So it's your job to, like fact check some things and challenge yourself up on it. And it just ties into everything like confidence, like this course built up my confidence. That was one of the biggest things like starting up, but yeah, so I would say that the biggest thing is like information and like not having like a scarcity mindset, you know what I'm saying?
Mm, mm,
When you don't know a lot, you tend to like hold on to things and try to like constrain the things, but once you like expose your mind, open up your mind and actually absorb the information that's given to you, like it'll change your mindset on so many things.
mm. And what do you know, do you regret actually going back to that video, watching the video? Do you regret investing in yourself? Do you feel like, yeah, do you regret that decision?
Nah, without a doubt. I wish I would have, I may have seen your video a while back. I don't remember. I wish I would have saw it earlier and took action earlier.
Wow. Why do you say that?
Time is money. And time is money. And honestly, time is way more valuable than money. Like let's get that clear. Like time does not equate to money. Like that, let's say I would have done this a year ago. You know how much money I could have compounded a year ago? You know what I'm saying? So I would say that. But I do believe in God. So at the
Yep.
end of the day, I think it was the right time, was the perfect time.
Yep.
This job that I got required a security clearance. This job that I just came from sponsored me for security clearance last year.
Wow.
So
Wow.
God is great. So he's orchestrating my life. So I don't think this happened by accident or mistake.
And just for anybody watching this, there's a lot of jobs that, they're going to sponsor you for clearance. There's a lot of jobs that, my main point is, this job in particular required a clearance, right? But
Hmm.
not all jobs are going to be like that. Like even the jobs that you have lined up right now, I'm pretty sure it's not like security clearance required, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, I don't want people to be discouraged. Like, oh, I don't like a lot of people, they have, even myself in the past, have like limiting beliefs, like, oh, I'm not in tech, or like, oh, I don't have experience, I don't have a degree or certifications. Like, with everything that I just said, I'm not in tech. I don't have experience. I don't have a degree. I don't have certifications. Do you feel like anybody needs that to actually be successful in this program? Like those limiting beliefs?
Nah, nah. That's
What do you
just
feel
you in
like?
your head. That's just you in your head, no actions. You know what I'm saying? Like act on it. All right, try it. And if it doesn't work out for you, okay, you could say, "Oh, I'm not in tech. All right, it didn't work out for me." At least you tried though.
Hmm.
Try it, see what comes out at the end of it, and then you come back and be like, if it doesn't work out, okay, cool. But
And
if
I want you to be, you could say anything. And I mean, like, do not hold back. You don't have a gun to
Mhm.
your head. You're not going to offend me at all. Trust me, you're not going to offend me. But I want you, and I want you to be super honest because you're going to help anybody that's listening to this right now.
Mhm.
If what do you think is going to be the reason if somebody was to invest into themselves, into this program? They're gonna feel fearful, like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work out. Like,
Mhm.
what do you like? Why would they not be successful? Like, why wouldn't they be successful? Why wouldn't it work out for them?
You didn't put enough effort into it.
What do you mean by that?
Um, I put in I'm not gonna lie, I put in hours. Like I look, my friends was like, yo, this is the most like I haven't seen Phil locked in since college. Or some of them even say he was more locked in than when he was in college, like since my junior year, because junior year I was crazy locked in.
Mhm.
But like literally like folks is going to sleep and waking up. I've been working this whole time, like doing the tech challenges, doing the projects. So it's like if you want something, like go at it. So whatever you input, that's what's gonna be your output in. If you put one foot in, bro, you're gonna get that one foot out. Like that other foot is gonna drag you back to where you started originally. So I would
Mhm.
say put in your all, put in your effort, make this a priority. Like if you got, I dropped so many things to do this course,
Wow.
and I don't regret it. Not only money, but time. If you put
No.
in the time, I promise you, you will you will reap the benefits of this course. And if you don't, come talk to me about it. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. We're gonna see. Because something gotta be wrong.
And so you feel like if somebody was to put that inside their brain, they're watching this video, they're like, I need a change right now. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm willing to put in the time and energy into this program, into this step-by-step blueprint.
Yeah.
What, from your experience, just going through the program and getting the offer letter, if somebody was like that, they're going to put in the time and energy, they're going to commit, they're not going to be half committed, they're going to be fully committed
Yeah.
into the program. What do you think they would experience
What are they gonna experience?
from this program? Like, what
I
do you
would
think that?
say most importantly, a mindset shift and skills. Because this program doesn't guarantee you a job.
Mm-hmm.
It guarantees you a skill set, and it changes your mindset.
Mm.
Um, so that's definitely what I would say. But if you follow those things, the result of that at baseline is $500,000 a year.
Are you
So
sure? That sounds crazy though. $500,000.
it's crazy though, man. Look at the court. Look who's in here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm not even trying to like be like proud. None. It's 2 months. We told y'all today. I started March 15th. I got an offer, 115K. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to, I'm only 23. So like it's possible. Like this is just the beginning. Uh,
Where do you feel like you're going to be now that you have this mindset and skill set? Where do you feel like you're going to be in 5 years?
Man, it's gonna be scary. Like that number is gonna be crazy. Like that number is gonna be crazy. Um, Whew, definitely touching over 2 mil a year.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow. Are you,
definitely, without a doubt.
you said definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, like this sounds so crazy. Um, I still remember when I was making $35,000 a year as an IT technician. And if I was to watch this video right now, I would be thinking like, what are you talking about? Like, why do you feel like that's a reality?
Because now I can officially say I'm a great cloud engineer, right?
Mm,
The same skill set that I learned how to be a good or a great cloud engineer, whatever you want to call it, it's the same skill set I could use to go and learn other things. Or now I have more money. Now
Hmm.
I have more time to
Hmm.
invest that into other things. It may not be cloud, it may be stocks, it may be whatever. But now I got the time, I got the assets to go and actually do those things that will give me that return of investment.
Mm, mm. And I want to emphasize this. That's all I did was just learn a high income leverage skill set. Leverage just means that you can make more money and work less. High income, in my opinion, is $500,000 a year or more, which is $25,000 a month after tax hitting your bank account every single month. And so a high income leverage skill set, and
Yep,
it's also another investment skill set that you can use to put that money into
yep,
a vehicle to make more money for you, which is two main skill sets that I use to actually leave my 9 to 5. And so the reason why I'm saying this is, I had a lot more time and money once I learned the cloud engineer skill to actually now go put that into other things to actually create financial abundance, to create time freedom, right? To actually, escape the 9 to 5 matrix that most people are, in. And
yep.
so I just wanted to highlight that. But, I want you to tell them, tell the people what you were thinking when you first saw the program. Like, what questions did you have? What was, what kind of made it click for you?
Oh, what questions that I had a lot of questions. I gave Jacoby problems, man. Man, I don't remember the questions. Just like, man, how much is it? Does it even make sense? Um, will I get my money back or will I do it? Like just all type of things. Like I think the biggest thing was like money for me. Like, yo, like this is a big investment, like I don't know, man. Like, what if I'm like homeless tomorrow because of this investment? Like all that type. And then like I don't remember most of my questions, but Jacoby pointed it out to me, and it just all steered in the direction of doubt. Like,
Mm,
Phil, you're doubting yourself. You say you have these goals for yourself, but what makes you so he said there's Phil 1.0, there's Phil 2.0.
mm,
Um, and he was like, Phil 2.0 acts on things, even though when there's doubt.
mm.
Phil 1.0 allows doubt to
Overcome
take
them.
over. And then by the time you realize, like, oh, it's been 2, 3, 4, 5 years. So my biggest thing, like, so once I could get past that, like, you know what, this is an investment. Like if you're comfortable in what you're doing, you got to go do something uncomfortable.
Mm.
Uh, this was uncomfortable for me. Um, and yeah, so those are my biggest questions. I don't remember it. I
Yes, I
apologize, I can't answer your question.
No, no, that's perfect. That's perfect.
But a lot of them steered in doubt. They got rid of that doubt. I was still doubtful even after I joined the course. I'm not gonna lie.
Hmm.
But one thing about me is like, you know what? I'm gonna put in the work. You know what I'm saying? If I don't let it be, I tried my best and it didn't work out, then all right. What if? I didn't want to be a what if. I was like, you know what? Well, let's pin that in the needle and let's do it.
I don't know if Jacoby told you, but if you put in the work, right, and we can see proof if you put in the work, like we
Hmm.
track everything. Um, but if you put in the work and you do not obtain the skill set, which is, you know, um, what we put out there as a product, right, is the skills, right, the mindset
Hmm.
and skill set. But if you do not obtain that, you get your money back, no questions asked. And
Yeah.
so, do you feel like anybody who would go through what you went through? So I always say to people, "Hey, if you were talking to me instead of Jacoby, I tell people straight up, yeah, like that is, a policy that we have here at the 1% University. Um, and but you know, you ain't gonna get your money back. Why? Because the system works in terms
Yeah.
of it. I always tell people, do not join the program if you're not going to put in the work because you're going to waste your time, you're going to waste your money,
Yeah.
right? But if you're committed, if you're like, I'm going to put in the work, right, and actually overcome that doubt that you were talking about. Most people, they let the fear and doubt overcome them. They don't actually have that confidence or belief system that, they can actually put in the work to get they actually, most people, they see the money, they see like, wow, Philip just got this money, or
Yeah.
DJ just got this money. Like there's so many people that got different offers and they're like, yo, I want to do that too. But when
Yeah.
it's time to actually like commit, right, like actually, you know pull the trigger, invest in themselves, bet on themselves,
Yeah,
put in the time and energy, it's like they get fearful. They get the
yeah,
doubt, the same thing you experienced.
yeah.
But the reality is, what do you feel like would have happened if you let Phil 1.0 overcame, like what do you feel like would happen if you had doubt overcame you?
I would
Over
have been, I would have been stuck. I would have stuck in a matrix. I would have been stuck in a box. I would have been in the same position I was top of the year, you know? And that translates into other aspects of my life, you know? So that, and then, yeah. And then even if I would have made the decision later, you know, to eventually do it, that's time I lost, you know?
Mm.
So, yeah.
And so, you know, you you had Jacoby to help you overcome that doubt.
Hmm.
Even when you did join the program, you're still doubtful, which is fine, right? It's normal,
Hmm.
but looking back, and I already asked you this question, based on everything we just talked about with the doubt, the fear, do you regret taking action and overcoming that?
Nah, not at all.
What do you
Not
what do
even.
you what do you feel like would have been knowing what you know now? What do you feel like would have been more risky? Investing in yourself or not investing?
Not investing.
Why
If
why,
you,
you- why you say that? Go ahead.
if you don't, if you, I'm gonna be so real. If you
Hmm.
don't believe in yourself, if you don't trust in yourself, if you don't invest in yourself, who's gonna save you? Like you can't. I could like literally, I could say, yo, Tayo, here's 10K. Figure out what to do with it.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't know what to do to 10K. I made the wrong decision. I come to you a month later, you still got the same 10K. God, what are you doing, bro? Like, I just threw you the lob. So, because some people be like, oh, if I get 10K, I like, no, dog, it starts from up here. It starts like, I don't, like, I'm gonna talk about the Bible, bro. In the
Mhm.
Bible,
Go
it's
ahead.
a story of the talents, bro. You
Yep.
have one man, bro, he buried the talent. You had another one, I think God gave him one, he buried that talent. God gave him, if I'm not mistaken, two or three.
Yep.
He invested it. The other one, he invested it. God chastised the one who buried the talent, bro. He was like, God, I was just trying to save it. I was trying to steward it, just make sure that I have it just in case. God was like, nah, you tripping. I gave you something. Go and invest it. What does it go back to? Your mindset, your lack of confidence, that scarcity mindset, everything, bro.
Mm.
So that's what it just all ties back into. Like your mindset. What you gonna do with your mind? You know what I'm saying? So
Mm. Okay. Okay. Um, I remember you said something, and I wanna go back to it. You were like something about like big investment, right? A lot of people they have like this mindset. And I used to have this mindset before I started investing in myself. I had a very poor, low class mindset, and I thought like investing, like I invest, and I just like I just feel it like going away. Like I don't see it as like a seed that's gonna take time to water and it's gonna, you know, turn into like a big tree. I see it as
yeah.
like I'm throwing something in the trash, like subconsciously, like
Mhm.
investing. I'm thinking like because I feel that fear. I feel like, oh,
Mhm.
it's gonna go away, right?
Yeah.
And so, when it comes to you, do you feel like I know you mentioned this was like a big investment for you. Do you feel like the investment was like this and then like you got this in return? Do you feel like you got more than what you actually paid?
Oh yeah, definitely without a doubt.
In a year,
Definitely.
in a year from now, let's say a year, 2 years, how much return on investment do you think you would have gotten back in your bank account directly? Like 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x, 20x? Like what do you think based on what you know you can actually achieve?
If we do the math now, it should be around like 12x
Hmm.
ish, 13x, and that's just one job, y'all.
Hmm.
We're not even at the baseline yet.
And so
We,
let's say the baseline, what would you say? Let's say you're at that $500,000 a year. Do you really believe that's something you can achieve? $500,000.
I really believe that's something I could achieve.
Have you seen other people in the program making that money?
Uh, More than that.
And so they had the same blueprint that you still have currently?
Same exact blueprint.
And so it's fair to say that at one moment in time, you will be making $500,000 a year, which is $25,000 a month after tax, correct?
Without a doubt. And I'm gonna be so real. There's people in the course right now making more money than me, and I have an advantage over them. So that just goes to show you I had a college degree. I got that. You know, there's people who don't even got a college degree making more bread than me. So if they could do it, if I could do it, you can do it. There's no excuse.
And so with $25,000 a month, let's say 12 months from that, what's the ROI? We can do an estimate. What's the estimate return on investment? Like 12x, 5x, what's the X, the multiplier that you would return on your money?
Okay, sorry, can you ask that one more time? I
So like
apologize.
what's the ROI that you would get? So let's say you're making, at that time you're making $25,000 a month.
Yeah.
A year from there, what's the ROI based on like what you paid, what you invested?
Let's do some math.
You can do an estimate.
You said $25,000 a month,
Let's say 12 months from that.
12
That's
months from.
that's $300,000 a year.
Yep. That's over 30 times investment, man.
So so let's say you put $10,000 inside the stock market and a
I
year
was just about to say that. You know, I'm getting that from the stock market.
and a year later you get back $300,000. Was that a bad investment?
Nah, man.
Are,
Nah, man.
are you sure?
Nah. You tell me.
So the reality is when you put $10,000 inside a stock market, I mean,
Yeah,
obviously you have to know what you're doing, you have to be educated.
of course.
Let's say for some reason you got $300,000 back, right? That's cool. With this investment, right? Let's just say you invest 10,000 or 20,000, right? If you invest $10,000 into yourself in a year, and it's not like you don't do anything and you get $300,000 a year. No, you have to
Yeah.
sacrifice your time, energy to put into the blueprint to get
Yes.
the skill set and mindset. What do you
Yes.
think is some of the byproducts? What do you think is going to happen when you have this mindset and skill set? What do you think can happen if somebody was to actually, uh, do what's necessary to get access to obtain the mindset and skill set? What do you think is some of the things that can happen to them? Or what have you seen even in the program?
Um, More money. Uh,
How
uh,
much?
there's somebody in the course right now. I think he's over 1.1, 1.2 mil.
One
Um,
point $1,100?
million.
Okay. And so it's fair to say somebody that has the mindset and the skill sets, it can yield a really good ROI of their investment, correct?
Definitely, yeah.
Okay. And so what do you feel like if somebody's watching this right now and they obviously the fear is not going to go away. Most people they watch these testimonials to, kind of make the fear go away or feel comfortable. You're still going to feel fearful pulling the trigger.
Yeah.
That's not going to go away.
Yeah.
But what do you feel? What would you tell them? Let's say you're talking to your past self right now and you're
Mhm.
feeling doubt, you're feeling fear. Like, what would you tell your past self right now? And he's like
That,
not, he's like on the fence.
yeah, I'm gonna tell my past self that fear is not gonna go away. That even when you do it, no matter, how, like, obviously I'm not the most successful, whatever, but like in the current state I am right now, like there's still gonna be fear. It's natural for us to feel fear, but it's about what we do with that fear. Do we let that fear overcome us or do we act on that fear?
Mm.
Now, my biggest fear now is a what if? What if I did this? What if I did that? You know what I'm saying? Like if you put in your, nobody's gonna get on you for putting in your best and nothing out of it bad comes out of it. But Phil, you could have did this years ago and you could have been a millionaire. Dang, it's too late now. So
Mm.
long story short, just act on the fear. Even the best person you know or the most successful person you know is probably fearful sometimes, and
Mm.
but they don't let that fear stop them. So
Yeah, overcome
yeah,
it.
I would
They
say that's the biggest difference.
okay, okay. And, from this program, do you feel like it is a key contributing part of, first off, do you believe you'll become a millionaire?
You said, do I believe I'll become a millionaire?
Mhm.
Oh yes, without a doubt.
And do you feel like this program is a key contributing factor of like the skill sets and the mindsets to actually hit your first $1 million net worth?
Definitely. I already believed I was gonna be a millionaire before this course.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't say this course like implanted that into me. It was just the steps that I was taking to be a millionaire. This course probably fast tracked it because yes, you're learning a tech stack, but to me, the mindset that you adopted, the people who are in this course, down to like the people who are part of the community, the people who work for this course, Taya, Jacoby, all these people, like these are assets. You know what I'm saying? And they're essentially like expediting the process for you to like get to your goals. If you could take this blueprint on what you have now, like the biggest thing I would yell that this course has is structure.
Mm,
Um, and that this structure will take you to so many places, no
mm.
matter like no matter what part of life that you're trying to tackle.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. You know, anybody who's watching this video, and I want to be very clear.
Hmm.
I say this in almost every single video. We do not just accept anybody. We're looking for people that is willing to put in the time and energy, the people who will feel fear and will still act regardless, that will still overcome fear. Because honestly speaking, even if you overcome if you're not able to overcome fear, obstacles, you're probably going to have a hard time going through this program. Do you feel like there were obstacles in this program when you joined the program?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. The first week I started the program, like it was obstacles. I think my phone broke. Everything, it was just life was just hitting me left and right. But I'm like, you know what? This just fuel to the fire, man.
Mhm,
Like,
mhm,
and it goes back to like how God orchestrates my life. If maybe let's say uh life was hitting me like this a week before,
mhm.
maybe I
Oh,
would have never joined the course. Like, oh, life too hard right now. But I'm like, you know what? I'm already in it. I'm hungry. You gotta be hungry. Like you gotta be hungry. You gotta be hungry. Um, but yeah, like definitely there was a lot of obstacles. You can't let them obstacles overcome you. Reach
mm,
out. We're a community. This is not just, oh, I'm learning something so I can make some money. Nah, this is a community. Like reach out to people. There's a good amount of us in here. Like this is the 1% uni. This is not a community where like you don't know the founder of your school. Like no, like he's right there. Like there is assets to help you out, So I would definitely take advantage of it. It's not going to be easy. I would be straight up lying to you if I said it was gonna be easy. But I promise you, if I can do it, you can do it. You're no different than me.
wow, wow. And number one, do you feel like the community was a big help to like your success? Do you feel like when you got stuck, you could have reached out to somebody and get you unstuck? Like there's a process to get unstuck. Do you feel like because like there's YouTube University and there's there's nothing wrong with YouTube University, but when I
Yeah.
tried it, I got stuck. I had to research and I was doing the wrong thing. I didn't even know if I was doing the
Mhm.
right thing. Do you feel like when you got stuck, there was a process to get you unstuck and get you closer to the goal?
Definitely. I want to talk about two things. Um, I want to talk about how they get you to the right goal. They're that's another thing. Like the way they teach us how to get unstuck is not, oh, I'm Phil, I'm just gonna give you the answer.
Hmm.
There's a framework, and
Hmm.
this framework will help you in life, period, in your job, in your whatever. You know what I'm saying? I use this framework in my job today. Another thing too is like indirectly, them boot camp classes, man. Cause some of the questions people be asking, I ain't even think to ask. And I'm like, yo, that was a great, I kid you not. Um, I attended the boot camp last week. It was the final course, final project.
Mhm.
And someone asked a question. And that same question came up in my interview on Monday.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And keep in mind, I answered the question when Felipe asked. I actually answered it wrong.
Wow.
Somebody answered it the right way. I said, this question came up on Monday. I said, no way. Or Tuesday, yesterday. I said, no way.
That's
No way.
crazy.
So I'm telling you, like, just follow, please. I'm begging you, follow the blueprint, man. Follow the, it works. It works. And like, it just goes back to the last thing on that. Tayo mentioned YouTube U. There's nothing wrong with YouTube University. It just goes back to that structure. You will go into you will dig yourself so deep like if you don't know what you're looking for. And then what is that costing you? Time, effort, energy,
Mm,
everything. Like, dang, I don't want to do this too much. I feel like I kid you not, one day I was looking at some videos on YouTube about like let's say Kubernetes, and I'm
mm.
like, yeah, this video too long. And the way they was explaining the jargon and all that, I'm like, nah, I'm going back to Tayo videos now. Kidding myself. I'd rather watch his videos over and over again. And I'm not saying this because he's on the call. Like I tell people, like I've already start telling people about this course. I'm like, don't think because I'm already in tech, this is why I understood the course. Like,
Mm.
no, this is broken down so a third grader could understand.
Wow, wow,
Yes,
wow.
it's digestible. It's like when you tell Chat GPT, like, make this digestible, like break it down like a dummy. Like, yeah, this is that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Do you really believe like because I always say like we make it in a way that a fifth grader can understand because when I try to learn cloud online, like you said, it was just overcomplicated for no reason.
yeah,
And so when I learned it, I wanted to make sure that when I do teach it, it's going to be done in a way that literally a fifth grader can understand it. Do you feel like a fifth grader can understand the material, even if they don't have any experience in tech?
for sure. Yeah, without
Okay.
a doubt.
And from, would you say the experience here at the 1% University was not as good as what you expected, as good as what you expected, a little bit better than what you expected, or just way beyond what you imagined? And I want you to be completely honest, like even if it's not going to be beneficial to me, right? Just give
Yeah,
everyone watching the honest truth. And I want to ask you if you can do that.
yeah, I got you. Dang, nah, you just threw me with a curveball. Um, all right, y'all. I kind of had tunnel vision. Like, even though I had the fear when I started the program, I just knew I was I just knew I was like gonna come out on top, especially with like God on my side and just the way I seen the framework be especially when I seen the blueprint. This definitely I would definitely say better than expected. And
Mm,
I'm saying this because I had a target like of when I wanted to get this job. And I actually hit the target, surprisingly, but surprisingly, unsurprisingly, but mostly surprisingly, I'm gonna be so real. But there was always that doubt. The
mm.
doubt was always there. The doubt, but I wasn't letting me stop me. I wasn't letting it stop me. So I'm definitely gonna say better. Definitely gonna say better.
I'll say, I mean, honestly, like you said, there's people like I invested recently inside. I think I told you I don't want to share it publicly, but I
Yeah,
invested in somebody that has a lot of skills, a lot of resources, and he's teaching me a skill set, a highly leveraged skill set that I already know, but he has it on a larger scale.
yeah,
But there's that fear, right? There's that not really fear, honestly, because I know it's going to happen, but there's just like that. I'm human, so I'm going to feel that impatient, but I have to pull myself back, being patient, sticking to
yes,
the process, right? It's going to happen. I just need to focus on the inputs because literally I'm sitting on a call with them and I see them like printing multiple millions of dollars in literally in hours. And I'm like, I'm
yeah,
seeing the outcome and I'm like, yo, I want that. I want that. But it's like,
yeah,
it's going to happen. But same thing that I teach y'all.
yeah,
Focus on the process, focus on the skill set. Do not look at the outcome, right? Because you're probably going to skip a step because you're going to try to rush, right? And
yeah,
so, there's that doubt of like, because you're not there, but it just goes back to really having belief, having faith, having confidence in
mhm,
the program that you're in. And then also you see other people getting offer letters
yeah,
in your situation. So it's like, oh, duh, it does work. And so
mhm,
it's just validates like, okay, this fear, this doubt is literally not real. It's just
yeah,
something that hold me back.
yeah,
And we all have it. But like, are you going to have something that's a lie going to deceive you? And, you make an action, you not investing in yourself. It doesn't have to be this program. It could be another program. It could be YouTube University, but you not actually investing, not money, but time and energy.
yeah,
But, because of doubt, which is what's the alternative? You're going to stay stuck in, where you are currently right now. And
yeah.
so, no, so in terms of, was there like a specific moment in the program, like a coaching call, a project, a conversation, maybe in Slack, where you just knew this was going to change everything?
when my LinkedIn started going crazy.
Let's
I'm
talk
like,
about that. What you
yo,
mean? What you mean?
I'm like, yo, I'm like, folks is actually reaching out to me, and this is like legit. Like, and then like the first time it feels okay, cool, all right. The second time, third time, I'm like, yo, this is not on accident. Like these people are seeing something. I will never forget the day when somebody said, yeah, so and so I was looking through, this certain skill set and yours came up. And I'm like, nah, bro, like this is real. Like this is real. I've had LinkedIn for a minute. Like, yo, like normally when somebody reaches me on LinkedIn, somebody trying to sell me something or trying to scam me.
Yeah.
So
They're
I'm
like, oh, we have a cert that you want us to pass or something like that. I get that all the time.
literally,
Hmm.
literally, that was the turning point. And to go back to that question when you asked, like, was it better? I think that was when it clicked in my head, like, nah, this course was because I'm gonna put up applications. Do I still put up applications? For sure.
Hmm.
Um, but now even when I'm on LinkedIn, I'm doing easy apply. I know it's way better. I'm seeing top applicant, then people are now reaching out to me on LinkedIn. I'm like, yo, I could actually chill a little bit and just let it come to me.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like if you're reaching out to me, you seen something.
Hmm.
You made my job easier. You like me.
Nah, it's and
Yeah.
honestly, sometimes they'll I've had a recruiter when I was working, when I was trying to get like multiple jobs. She was um, like, oh, like how did the interview go? Or even before the interview, like she was like, she was pretty much giving me the answers to the test, like giving me the questions, like how they treat you is differently when they reach out to you, in my experience. It's like,
Oh yeah. Look, they be like, I don't even know how to explain. Like they treat you with like a very high regard. Like,
Mhm.
yo, it's like you asserted your dominance. Like,
Mm.
keep asking me questions. Like, keep trying me. Like, and I'm gonna give you the answer. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And it's to the point where it was like, yo, you just answered like three, four of my questions. You have any questions for me? Yeah, I actually got questions for you. Now this is my interview. I'm interviewing you.
And so you feel like you got that confidence and like knowing
Yeah.
how to actually do, the interviews from like what we taught you.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a
Wow.
doubt. And like and one thing I do want to say is like, yo, like whatever you learn from this course, like it's definitely applicable in the real world. And don't cap. Please don't cap because whatever is on your resume is fair game to ask.
Hmm.
Fair game. The moment it's on your resume and you can't answer to it, I'm not gonna lie, you're out of there.
Hmm.
Like most likely.
Hmm.
Um,
And you
I
see
say
how we
that to
kind of
say,
see how we kind
huh?
of show we see do you see why we kind of made the program in terms of like getting the hands-on experience
Yes.
from this program and then actually like
Yes.
like how you craft your resume from that, you see why we intentionally do that, and then the communication, like the mock interviews, stuff like that.
Everything. Yes.
But
Yes.
continue, you were saying something.
Yeah, I say that to say because there's been times where I didn't know the answer to the question, but in the manner that I answered the question, which you will learn, I
Mhm.
can't give you that sauce for free. I can't because it's too good. The first the first time I heard, I'm like, yo, Tayo is playing a different. He's playing chess, man. It works. It worked on my interview.
For real?
The
Yeah.
feedback that they told me on my interview was that I was intelligent and smart, but he's also willing to learn.
Hmm.
And that
Hmm.
was because I didn't know some stuff, but I didn't BS them. And then I didn't just leave it at a certain, oh dang, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
But yeah. So,
Hmm.
but
It's
the moment is when and they were asking me stuff that wasn't on my resume. So they couldn't be upset.
hmm. Hmm.
So
Hmm. Hmm.
yeah.
It's the stuff we thought. So I'll give the gem.
Yeah.
Um, when somebody asks you a question that's not on your resume, Number one, how can they expect you to know it because it's not an experience that you've listed on your resume? And then number two, what we do at the 1% University is we say, I haven't had that opportunity to actually gain that hands-on experience in a enterprise level environment. Can you tell me how you guys currently implement Terraform or whatever question that they ask you, how you use Jenkins to automate, X, Y, and Z? And then you always have a notepad and a pencil
Hmm.
near you. So like when they're talking, you're not going to say, "Oh, I've never had that experience, but I'm willing to learn." No, you ask that question, how do you guys use this in your current environment? You
Yeah.
get that pen and paper, you pick it up, and you literally, I would draw stick figures sometimes.
Yep. Hmm.
But like you want to kind of angle it in a certain way. Like I can't do
Hmm.
it because the camera's there, but you want to like kind of have the notepad kind of showing a little bit and that you're like looking right in. And so you're not telling them you're eager to learn, you're showing them. Actions speak louder than words. If candidate one says, "Oh, I haven't had that experience, but I'm willing to learn." But
Hmm.
candidate two says the same thing. He asks them a question, so he's trying to learn more about their environment, which is something they're going to do already when they onboard you. So you're kind of simulating that if it's
Yeah.
something that they're going to coach you when they hire somebody. And
Yeah.
then you're not telling them that you're eager to learn, you're showing them that. And it's like you're literally like they're coaching you on the job.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like to some people, like they haven't seen that before. Well, whoever watches this video, lucky enough to watch it, you can steal that and use that. But
Yeah.
literally, it is insane in terms of the recruiter. They are highly impressed. That's why we say, like, there are interview skills. How do you communicate? How do you
Hmm.
position yourself as one of the top candidates on any job interview? And so, do you feel like that kind of helped you, when you actually implemented that on your interview?
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. To support that answer, I'm gonna give you the timeline. Thursday, I got reached out to on LinkedIn. Spoke with that recruiter Thursday.
Oh, so they reached out to you for this offer.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Um, 20 minutes later, or 20 to 30 minutes later, hey Phil, hiring manager wants to speak with you tomorrow. What time can you do two or three? I said, okay, cool. Um, had the interview with the hiring manager.
This was
Hiring
Friday.
manager and then say that again.
This is Friday or Monday?
Friday.
Friday. Okay.
Friday, he says, let's talk to him. At the end of the call, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna move you on to the technical interview.
Wow.
For the end of the call. Recruiter calls me. She was like, hiring manager loves you. Like he said he had a great conversation with you. Like it was like she was more excited than me on the phone. I'm like, okay, cool. And he said, oh, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna get my technical leads to grill you because you saying you know some stuff and you answering my questions, but you got to get past them though. I
Hmm.
said, all right, cool. Interview happens yesterday, Tuesday, because I wasn't available on Monday.
Hmm.
Um, have the interview, technical interview. Cool. Had a call with the recruiter after just to like, sometimes I ask you for like a recap, whatever. She was like, all right, I'll give you a call like once you get out the office. I get out of the office, I check my phone. She texted me way earlier, like an hour after my interview. Hey, give me a call when you have the chance. I said, okay, cool. Call her. She picks up. Hey, yeah, so the team really loved you, this, that, the third, da, 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 da. They was giving you an offer 30 minutes after the call. I said,
That's
what?
crazy.
I said, what? And I'm like, they were on the call playing. They were like, oh yeah, you would be a great asset to the team, but we still have to interview other people.
Yeah.
Normally, when you hear that, you're like, all right, if somebody's better than me. Like, I'm cooked.
Yeah.
So I told her that, and she was like, nah, they were trying their best to keep their cool. Like, they loved you so much. Today's Wednesday, y'all. This is less than a week. I got the offer. I didn't
Wow.
apply.
So it's
I
fair to
still,
say,
she still didn't tell me, hey, Phil, go and submit actually to no, I didn't do any
wow,
of that. Yeah.
wow, wow. So what I say typically is there's three skills: cloud engineering, the tech stack, how to get recruiters to reach out to you, and how to position yourself as one of the top candidates on any job interview. Based on
Mhm.
what you just said, and I just want to confirm it, do you feel like you've gained that skill set? And because you gained that skill set, you got this offer letter.
Without a doubt.
And so once again, anybody who is not willing to put in the time and energy into this program, right? Because it's going to take time and energy and to overcome
Hmm.
obstacles, correct?
Yeah,
So if that's not you, please, if you're not going to do that, please do not click the first link in the description below. There is a link in the description below. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, and you're willing to commit, you're willing to overcome doubt, fear, you're willing to invest in yourself. Do you feel like the investment was worth it? Just once again.
definitely, without a doubt.
So it was like you invested this and you got this.
Yep, yep,
And so if that is you and you're willing to invest in yourself, you're willing to commit because it's not going to be overnight, fills
nope,
pretty quickly compared to a lot of other people. Like
yep,
typically it's going to be see students getting offer letters from 2 months to 5 months.
yeah.
But some people's after that. No one knows when you're going to go and get an offer letter.
Hmm.
It's not guaranteed. I have no idea if you're going to get an offer letter. I have
Yep.
no idea if you're going to put the time and energy into the blueprint. But I would say everybody that has gotten this skill set has gotten offer letters. Do you feel like if somebody has the skill set that you got, they can get an offer letter?
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Multiple.
And so, if that is you, you're willing to commit, overcome obstacles, become the person that can overcome fear and still take action, invest in yourself. Go ahead and click the first link in the description below. We're going to qualify you. We do not just accept anybody. We need to make sure that you're actually going to be a good candidate for, as a student, for us to coach you and mentor you so we can actually guide you, to the promised land. And Phil has actually reached that. And so I just have a couple more questions, like maybe two. But actually, one last question. If somebody's watching this right now and they're in that same spot that you were in, making, I think you said 80,000,
Yeah.
$80,000 a year. Let's say they're making $60,000 a year. Let's say they're already making six figures and they want to get to that $500,000 a year. Let's say they're making, six figure as a network engineer or, a security engineer, and they cannot job stack because, they're going to be working 60-hour days instead of like, 3, 4 hours a day working two, three jobs.
Yeah.
From this cloud, do you feel like as a cloud engineer, you could, even though you're not there yet, but based on what you've seen in the community, what you know now, do you feel like you can actually do two, three jobs, working like 3, 4, 5 hours a day? So it's manageable.
Yeah, without a doubt, legally and ethically.
Yes, sir. And so, but yeah, so what would you tell somebody that's making six figures and they're trying to get to that $500,000 range and they're feeling stuck, right? Maybe nervous about investing in themselves. What would you tell them? Or somebody who was in your shoes?
I would definitely say act on that fear. And that goes for anything. It doesn't have to only be this course. It doesn't have to be like just act on it. Don't let that fear overcome you. And that's it. That fear that you doubt and that you feel is all in your head. Once you act on it, once you get the hang of it, you'll be fine.
And it's
Don't
easy.
don't be a don't be a what if. Don't say what if. Let's that's all. I don't want to go down a whole course. But that's the most important thing I want to say. 'Cause I could talk about that all day.
And it's easier said than done. And
Definitely.
it doesn't mean that the fear is going to go away. It's just that you need a little bit of you need to be brave, right? Brave is just still acting even when you feel fear. And so even I still do that to this day because I know that what's more important is actually reaching my goals, right? I have certain milestones, I have certain, people I want to help. I want to impact millions of lives on a global scale.
Yes.
And for me to do that, I need to make decisions that is I need to become somebody different than who I am today. I need to be able to learn things that I don't know right now. I don't know how to get to a global scale, right? But that's
Yeah.
something that's going to happen. I need to invest, right? I need to create a team. I need to take risk because what I want is so much more important and I feel so much more for in helping people than the fear that I'm feeling in that moment to make that decision, whatever the case, may that be. And so
Yeah.
if you are interested in the program, you want to see how we can help you, go ahead and click the first link in the description below, and I'll see you
I
in
want to say one more thing.
go ahead.
All right. Basically, what Taya just said is have your why.
Hmm.
Once you have your why, I had my why. That was part of the reasons why I could attack that fear. I was looking at that my whys on a sheet of paper and I was like, you know what? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Like I got this in my head that I'm trying to achieve. Have your why. And because if you're chasing the money, if you're chasing these things, they might not necessarily like motivate you after a while, but that why of why you want to, what you want to use this things for, I'm telling you, it'll push you there.
Mm,
Remember, just know you're watching.
mm. So, um, what Phil just said is the most important part. Your why is the fuel that's actually going to get you from point A to point B. And so if you don't have that why, you can know how to do it, right? But that's why I would say like if you're not serious, like you're gonna waste your time. There's literally no way you're gonna go from point A to point B. Why would you like Phil said earlier, like his friends hasn't seen him locked in like this since college, right? He had a reason to lock in. Right? He had a reason to go from point A to point B. And there was a blueprint. There was a vehicle, which was the program to go from point A to point B. And so if you don't have that why, right, the vehicle is not going to move. And so,
Yep.
that's a really, really important mindset shift that, everybody should actually pick up from this video. But once again, Phil, congratulations. Your life has changed forever. Do you feel like money will ever be a problem? Like now that you have
Nah,
skill
it shouldn't
set?
be. It won't be.
He said, shit, nah, it won't be. Okay, and you feel like you've actually gained a skill set for the rest of your life? You don't ever have to worry about money once again?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And definitely got to keep acting on it, building on it. Don't let it be stale.
Yep.
Always learn something new.
Hmm.
Be proactive, be a contributor, everything. Like just continue to like do more to better yourself.
So once again, congratulations on actually making the decision, overcoming fear, putting in the time and energy into the blueprint to actually get the skill set. You just got your first offer letter, and I will let you know if you continue down the blueprint that we have, $500,000 a year is right down the alley. And so once again, congratulations, and anybody watching, I'll see you in the next video. Deuce.